The video you're about to see might have to do with music theory. Don't worry, it's way simpler than you think, I promise you. Let me prove it to you with my free Music Theory DNA course, which is going to put you on the right path to learning those hard to understand concepts in a super easy and healthy way. Check out guitarinfusion.com, enter your best email address. I'll be sending you that free course right away. But for now, let's get into the video. Yes, it's ridiculous, sorry. But I have a point, I promise. Hi everyone, my name is, you know what? I'll tell you all that after this, but grab your guitar. This is really important. I'll see you right after this. Hi, my name is David Wallerman. Welcome to this channel, which is all about helping guitar players like all of us find our voice on the instrument, which is a guitar, develop that voice to tell our own personal musical story. And oftentimes, guitar players, especially guitar players, tend to think in terms of what is possible with this. They use the instrument as a way to find new ideas, which can be okay, but if that's the only thing you do, all the ideas that you have are going to be heavily influenced by your knowledge of the instrument. And it doesn't have to be that way, because I think music is already inside of you. Now, yes, memorizing scales, patterns, arpeggios, licks, and all those things can help you find new inspiration, but ultimately, I think the most beautiful and personal ideas, the ones that are going to stick and make a real statement, are inside of you. And today, hopefully you do have your guitar, because we are going to completely break the habit that you might have developed after years of playing. Habits could be things like boxes, shapes, or licks, or chords, anything that is directly influenced by your fingers. If you're sitting down with your instrument, hold your instrument, your fingers are going to start, get in position. Well, that's what we're going to break. And we're going to learn how to reconnect with the inside. And for that, you need to have your guitar. If you watch this video without your guitar, it's going to be the worst video ever. So if that's the case now, save this in your playlist for later, for your practice session. And we're going to go through different exercises. You're going to go through them, and I'm going to guide you through this. But for that, besides our guitar, we don't want anything else to influence us. So we're going to turn off the lights. Devin, turn off the lights. So you have your guitar in your hand, and I'm going to play a note. The name of the note is completely irrelevant. Listen to what's going on. That's the note. So your hand is on your guitar, and I want you to play another note. Don't necessarily try to match this, just play a note. And hear what that note sounds like on top of what I'm doing. Now change your note. So you played two notes, and these two notes against what I'm doing are creating a landscape, right? And that landscape is going to change from person to person. But the cool thing is that the two notes you played in relation to what I'm doing here, this should work. What I mean by that is that they created something that is in existence, and there's nothing that really is against any rules so far. You played two notes against my note. Nothing against the rules. Why? Well, we'll get into the why later, but what I want you to just experience that. Okay, here's something else. So pick another note. Place your finger on the fretboard. Wait for me to play something. You're still in the dark. You shouldn't see anything. And here's my note. Wherever you're at on the fretboard, play that note. There's a slight chance, there's one chance over 12 that you're playing the exact same note that I am. And that's a musical statement, a very boring one, but nonetheless, still a musical statement. Now change that note. Okay, so you played two notes. Now add a third one somewhere. Try to go back to the first note you played. Now if you can't do that, that's okay. Just fish around. Try to go back to that note. Okay. So your ear is engaged now. I'm going to play another note. And this time, I want you to think more in terms of a melodic movement, not just one note against another, but this time you're going to create a melodic idea with very few notes, 3, 4. So play notes that are kind of around the fretboard. I don't want you to play something like, all right, that's very far away. Just something, for example, right, within reach, something comfortable to you. And I want you to play that, so 3, 4 notes against this one. What you're playing, play it with confidence, even if some of the notes that you're playing seem to clash and don't really work with what I'm doing, that's okay. That's creating a statement, and you have 3, 4 notes, I'm not sure. Mentally engage with these notes. Remember what these notes are. Try to sing them. And now take each of these notes, 3, 4 notes, individually, and just stay on that note. Does that note work against what I'm doing? The answer should be yes. You'll see why in a second. Now play that second note that you had. Now we have a musical canvas made of 3 notes, the one I'm playing and the 2 notes you're playing. That second note that you're playing right now, does that work in context of what we're doing? And that's a personal thing. We're not using theory or anything like that. If the answer is yes, great. If the answer is no, change that note by altering it, moving it either 1 fret higher or 1 fret lower. As a matter of fact, even if that note worked, try it. Try the alternatives. So 2 alternatives. 1, 1 fret higher, and 1, 1 fret lower. Okay. Now add that third note, if you had 3 notes in your lead. So you have 3 notes that really you could alter, right? You can change any of these 3 notes and do that until you find something that creates the type of canvas, musical canvas, that you want to hear, that you want to operate in. Now you don't know what you're playing, but you know what it sounds like, right? And that's the canvas you're operating in. All right, Devin, turn the lights back on. Okay. Now, what we did here was basically a harmony. And whatever you played should have worked. Why? Because I was only playing 1 note. Now, this should teach you that the least amount of notes you're playing against, the more freedom you have as a player. If you're just playing against one note, any note will work. And even a melodic idea. Why? Because there's no chance of clashing. And in music, when two elements clash, that's where your ear feels a little confused and where things are a little tensed, a little out there, a little outside. So that's music theory right there. The more notes you're playing against, the less options you have as a player. Now, yes, music is made of freedom, but what I mean by that is that the more notes you're playing against, the less chances of sounding appealing to most people are going to be. People like simplicity. So people like to match elements. So what do we mean by elements? This is a lesson in harmony that is very important, and I covered this before, but let me show you really quick. In music, we have different notes. Obviously, if we just had one note, most boring song ever. A note can mean a variety of different things. And what a note means is all because of what it's played against. So this note, as of now, doesn't have any emotional appeal to it. Now if I play it against this, that note becomes something, right? If I play it against this, it becomes something else. Same note, right? Two different meanings. That's what we call intervals. And intervals is the distance between two notes, and intervals bring emotion to music. Now, there are other things that can add emotion, rhythm, feel, tone, but intervals, in my opinion, is one of the biggest one. It's very, very valuable to create emotions in music. Now, what I meant by matching elements together is that if you are playing against a chord, against this chord, for example, that chord is made of different intervals, right? We've got a root note, a home base, from which we are measuring all the other notes. And in this case, we have a root, a major third, and a perfect fifth that are repeated several times. But in essence, that's what we have. Okay, those are the informations that we have. And the lead player, if you want to match the elements, that doesn't mean that you've got to play exactly those notes. Your solo doesn't have to sound like, right? I can, but you don't have to. But it means that if you were to play a third from that root, that third should be major because the chord tells you that that's a major chord. Now, yes, for those of you who are freaked out and think, hey, I play a minor third all the time over a major chord. Of course, there are exceptions, and blues does that a lot. And this is not that you have to play it this way. This is just if you want to be the most pleasing to most people. That's how you do it, matching musical elements. And that's what explains why earlier in the dark, when you were playing just against one note, all the notes you were playing could take the place of many different types of intervals. And you were just playing against one note, so you didn't have many elements to respect. Okay. Devin, turn off the lights. Hopefully you still have your guitar, because now you are going to pick one note. You're going to play it against this. All right. Now that note, add another one to it. So in essence, you have two notes against one. So we have a pool of 3 notes max. I say max because there's a chance that you play the same exact note that you're playing. I'm going to add something to this note. So go back and forth between the 2 notes you have, and I'm going to add to this note another thing. And that thing is going to be this. You can go back and forth. So the note that I'm adding now gives you more context. Now there's a chance that one of the notes that you chose clashes with that, because it's not respecting what that is. This happens to be a major third, but your ear doesn't care about that. Your ear just hears it. So if one of the notes that you picked does not match this, determine which note is clashing, which note doesn't respect the element, and alter it, change it. Move it one fret below or one fret higher and see what it does. Which one do you like best? Okay, so that shows you that there were chances here that the notes you played clashed because there's more information here. Okay, let's now move on to another step. This is really gonna help your ear develop something that comes really from inside, not from positions, because you can't see anything. Well, you probably can, but hopefully you're closing your eyes. But you can't see what I'm doing. And I would like you to play over this. I don't know what that is, but I'm experiencing it. You are too, you're hearing that. So pick a first note. How does that note sound? What does it do against my chord? Is it working? Is it not? If not, move it. If it's not, it probably means that you're playing one of those intervals that I'm playing, because that chord, all these notes are existing because of that in the back. It might be that you're playing one of these intervals, but not the matching one. Now, it might also be that you thought that note didn't work, but as soon as you moved it up, you realize that, oh, it did work. It's because some notes are more stable than others, more resolved. Some notes call for a resolution. Maybe that was one of those notes. All right, so now stop what you're doing. Listen to this. And I want you to take the role of a singer here and sing something simple. Now you might be fishing around, you might be that's okay. So once you have something interesting, something cool, hopefully not too many notes, something you can remember, try to find it on the instrument and play it. If you need more time, you can rewind this video and try that. Okay, we'll do the same exercise. This time we're going to go straight to the singing part. So here's your chord. Sing something. Okay, now that you have something, fish around your instrument and replicate what you were just saying. Devin, turn the lights back on. Okay. All right. So that exercise that we did is crucial for you to truly express yourself and not be limited by what you've learned. You'll discover that the ideas that you have, if you spend time listening to what's inside, are pretty much endless. You'll always have new ideas. Now you feed your imagination and that almost like this machine inside that creates those ideas. You feed that by listening to music, going on walks, reading stories, and just being active. But that's really, really important. The guitar is your instrument, your tool, your pencil, and that doesn't have any stories in it. It has technical ability to say the story, but really it's a soul thing. It comes from inside. This doesn't have any soul. So it's very important to do that kind of exercise. Replay this video several times when you have, a few minutes to practice, just try that. Or try it with a friend. Just close your eyes, have a friend play a chord, and try to come up with something on that chord. Both of you close your eyes. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to invite a buddy here and we'll try that exercise real time in a few days. That's what I have for you. And knowing your intervals, which we've talked about here, is very important. And I've covered that on this channel, and if you want a little more help, you should sign up to my free music theory course. It's the Guitar Infusion Primer course. So the course is called the Music Theory DNA course, and that's going to put you on the right path. And it's free. You can just sign up below. The link is guitarinfusion.com. Enter your best email address, and you'll be receiving that Music Theory DNA course. At the end of that free course, you're going to get an invitation to join my paid program. Yes, I do ask for money sometimes. Got to make a living, but that's no obligation at all. I just want it to be upfront. Do the Music Theory DNA course, and don't buy the rest if you don't want to, even though it's awesome. But check it out. Check it out. It's free. And also, I hid something. At the beginning of this video, this is what you saw. Minus something. So something is missing here. The first one who finds what is missing will get a little gift. So just in the comment, just tell me what's missing in this picture. Rewatch the beginning, compare both, and you'll get a little gift that I'll announce in a future video. So make sure you're subscribed. And if this was your first visit, you really should subscribe, because every week, 3 videos like this one come out helping guitar players like you, like all of us, find our personal musical voice, develop it on the instrument to tell our own personal musical story. Thanks so much for playing this game with me. I will see you very soon on this channel. Practice well.